Since 1995, the Black Heritage Museum has housed relics of Arlington's Black history, and it continues to do so today. Arlington's Black success, culture, and achievements are alive today because of the passion of one man.
I'm the director and president. Basically, we don't say director too much because directors usually get paid. This is just from my heart. It's a passion.
Dr. Scott Edwin Taylor has been involved with the museum since 2018, and since then he's been able to actively pursue his passion.
Always been interested in history, and I never thought I would be doing something like this.
Taylor didn't start off in the position he's in now. He says that he got involved when
a friend of mine, who happens to be the daughter of Dorothy Ham, who was a well-known activist in this area. She's deceased now, and it's a school named after her. Her daughter got me involved. She asked me would I come to one of the meetings, and I just came just to hear, just to listen. Fast forward, I became the chairman.
Taylor's climb up the ladder was almost instant because
a lot of people get involved in things, but they don't really have the time, and they don't have the that type of dedication. Not saying they don't want to do it. This is time consuming.
But Taylor committed.
I guess I was the last man standing, so I ended up sort of taking over and making sure that we execute the dreams of the founders, who are Evelyn Syfax and Dr. Talmadge Williams.
And Taylor says that by having the museum accessible to the community, people are able to see the forgotten history.
Arlington is creating a voice for these people, who a lot of them were enslaved at one time, and a lot of them sacrificed their time and their jobs, their livelihoods, to make things better for me. And hopefully I'm doing the same.
Although Taylor is helping to maintain the voice, he says that there have been instances in the past where people have tried to silence it.
I remember when George Floyd was murdered, we were getting all these calls, people wanted to get involved, because that was a big deal. And we were, of course, out there helping with the Black Lives Matter movement and things like that. But we get a new governor, and he's talking about race theory and pretty much is sort of trying to block this history. So a lot of people and political energies have sort of backed off a little bit, because some people are saying that this is race theory, and it's not. It's history, and we call it Black history, but it's really American history.
Since then, the museum has hit hard times financially, which has made it more difficult for the museum to stay in past and the current location.
Rent for the space we would need will probably be about, at least $10,000 a month. It's hard. I have to go out every month. I have to raise money to pay this.
Taylor says he's done fundraisers, sold merchandise, wrote a monthly newsletter, and a few other creative strategies to help pay the bills.
I was driving Uber as a part-time to have money to pay for the things we needed here.
Taylor also gathered each artifact currently on display. Taylor says his process to finding the relics are to
go online, look for things, knock on people's doors. I was able to get that dress which is the dress that Joan wore way back in 1960. That dress is almost 65 years old.
But these difficulties haven't discouraged Taylor. He says they've given him the ability to tap into a skill that his ancestors mastered.
As Black people, we've always had mountains in our faces. So you learn how to go around it, how to go over it, how to go under. So you got to push back, okay? You learn how to push forward.
Taylor says that his ancestors inspire him.
I'm always around these stories, around these people, and so it gives me energy just to keep pushing.
So Taylor continues to search for new locations with affordable rent, preferably on Columbia Pike.
I would love us to stay in this corridor of Columbia Pike because there's so much history here. Where we're standing here now used to be Camp Casey, which was the all-Black Civil War camp.
Taylor also says that the house of a former slave is down the street and that the museum isn't too far from Queen City, a once thriving Black neighborhood.
Columbia is the oldest sort of main street in Arlington, And back in the day, you could see the Arlington House from Columbia Pike.
Taylor says he doesn't want to part with the historical location.
It would be ideal for us to stay here, but we have to go wherever we can.
Wherever the museum has to move, Taylor will go along with it and work to make the museum more stable.
One of the things I'm working hard too is because when it's my time up and somebody else comes in, I want to make it a little easier for them to continue.